African in my family. Well, how we just gonna forget that? How we just gonna forget that?
I had one little, two little, three little, one for society, keep killing them, telling me, much, telling I had one little, two little, three little Indian grandmas for society.
Your grandma told you.
Telling me,
You got Indian in your family. Yay!
House again, the build, fake, build, again. My skin ain't black, what the deal? Singing loop on my real shit, it's Aborigines, owners of the land, and every got tree, and every got see invaders ever cross, step foot on the land, and you can step the fuck off. Breathe, you can make a swing the sacred tomahawk. Flick around with us with that black conscious talk. Fake pics of slave ships, that's the reference. If we African, look, you gon' need more evidence. I'm American, Aboriginal, indigenous. You bogus DNA test. That this is rhetoric. Stay woke, Aboriginal, get out. Your civil rights acts, all you can eat, big out. The Stockholm syndrome. Make skits out. Phoenix Moon got the antidote. Get that stage out. Meanwhile, I'm rapping about my birthright. Freestyle. Teach each man, each woman, each child. Black races really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Hollywood, Title 18. G goes. Pilgrims get re-go. With Phoenix and Beast Mode. Bringing my peoples out of the sleep mode. We ain't black, colors, Africans, or Negroes. But one little, two little, three little. Society keep killing them, telling me, much, telling me.
What up, pal, Dan?
I had one little, two little, three little.
On my chatterbox.
Society keep killing them, telling me.
On my Cherokees. On my Power Monkeys. On my Washington.
Rising, Grand Rising. 1212. Microphone check 1-2. What's going on out there in Indian country? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hope everything is healthy. What's happening with y'all? How y'all doing out there? This is Moon in the Morning. Halito 20. What's up, beloved? What's happening with y'all? So, some beautiful things are happening. First of all, let me get a shout out to Grandma. Happy birthday, Grams. Love you to life, baby. Love you to life. Good day to everyone. What's up, Star Vision? So, this has changed the game. We're going to change the game. So I know a lot of people have been upset about, the many, let's just say the myriad of things that have been going on surrounding Wild Feathers, No Grandma Killers, Coach Tasha and I, a couple of others, it's been really difficult for people to watch folks move on. To move forward. Sometimes I don't like to say the crab in the barrel because crabs don't belong in a barrel. But we do know what that effect is. And, we're just going to hope that everybody is able to find their lane and stick to it. And hopefully they will maximize and excel in whatever said lane that they are in. Grand Rising, Cali. Grand Rising. Wild Indian Roots. What's up, beloved? Copper Colored Brown. Halito. We just want to make sure that, we get back to the community builds. I don't think we've strayed too far from it because that's generally what we're about over here at Wild Feathers. That's generally what we're about at No Grandma Killers. We want to kind of stick to family. We want to stick to what is going to work for our people. We want to stick to the proven formula, right? The proven formula. And we know that it's a proven formula because it actually works. No one has been to jail. No one has been arrested. No one's rights have been violated. No one has been oppressed. Things have been completely different since we have a better understanding of how things work. We have a better understanding of how things work. You see people and they will have all these legitimate gripes with the government. They'll have these legitimate beefs, right? But how they handle those beefs is going to be how the outcome is. How do you handle those beefs? What are those beefs? Okay, you're tired of them killing so-called black people. Let's just take that for an example. Have they killed you? Are you dead? Did they kill someone you know? So can you really do something as an Indian for the black people fight? Or is it the other way around? Can you, as the black person, do something for the Indians fight? Like, you got to ask yourself these questions. Not only do you have to ask yourself these questions, but you have to be prepared for an answer either way, whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, then you should probably look towards changing it, right? People change their situations. You're in an abusive relationship, you want out, you will find a way to get out, right? You will find a way to reestablish yourself, get your life together, right? What is the difference? What is the difference here? What exactly is the difference with getting your life together right here, right now? Everybody's got their own version of what getting their life together means. Mine, excuse me, mine certainly changes. It varies, when I say that. But I mean it. Whatever it is, it's going to be a contribution to my life getting better. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So, got some new projects we're working on. Well, they're not new to us. They're going to be new to everybody else. We've been doing a lot of things in the background for some months, and they're actually about to come into fruition. And we'll be able to share some of the content soon. And see, show people that there's so many things that you can do to be effective, so many things that are going to be helpful. We just want to make sure everything that we do, what's up, Burnish Brass? Everything that we are doing, we want to make sure it counts. We want to hit things one time like it's the last time, and we want to be effective. You know what I'm saying? These things are possible. These things are plausible. There's so many things that we are able to do. You don't have to have a perfect pass, but you got to be able to pass a background check. If you are unemployed and employable now, there's probably not going to be a lot of room for flexibility, right? It's not going to be a lot of room for you to be flexible in an area which you'd like to contribute. So therefore, there's a certain way you're going to have to play your cards in order to make a contribution, even though you can't technically be on the front line. I don't think that people realize that there are going to be, there's a great need for some bench warmers. Everybody is not starting lineup. There is going to be a need for some bench warmers, right? Who is bold enough or brave enough to be the bench warmer? There's got to be somebody that knows that they can't necessarily just drive the ball home. They're not in the starting lineup, but they're good at, coming in and relieving one of the stars, right? One of the main players, an understudy, right? If you will. We need those positions too. Those positions are important. And let me just say, there's room for everybody, but you got to know what you're doing. You got to have a certain way that you're living in life. Like, never mind this online shit. Are you of good character? Because a lot of what has been displayed shows people's character, right? Not in a defensive way, but in an offensive way, right? Anybody that is attacked has a right to defend themselves, but there's some people, some echelon of folks that thought that it would be necessary to send a barrage of bullets this way. For some reason, out of all the people on the planet, little old 5'2" me has been named in so many different things that no one can really get jiggy with that shit. For one, it's not true. For two, it's like, what make these people? Let me just say this. I'm going to say 99.9% of the people talking shit have never even been on the phone 5 minutes with me. They have never been in my company. Never an offer made to be in my company to discuss anything. We don't have any inboxes. We don't have any conversations at all that aren't there generally. Like, if you go to a mutual friends page and they're saying good morning, you say good morning, you see that person's screen name. Other than that, there's never been any conversations. There's never been any builds. There's never been any business. There's never been any promises to do anything except what Indians are supposed to do: self-govern, take care of their family, make these oppressors show some respect. Right? That was supposed to be the main goal. Well, I can make some assurances. Any shots that get fired over here, I do not need to go to anyone that was trying to tell us that we were not who we were to hurt a nigga that was fighting right alongside me not too long ago. See, that's a dishonorable thing. It's a dishonorable thing that people did. And honor is going to be on the table, on display, in the glass menagerie for all the cyberverse to see. So you can't go from a woman beating, fuck that bitch, to a nice guy again. There's no Jekyll and Hyde. That Jekyll and Hyde has now been exposed. As the Jekyll and Hyde was allegedly exposing, it was a self-exposure of Jekyll and Hyde for all to see. You ladies got to witness other ladies acting, well, you know. Especially from ladies that haven't really had a direct contribution to anything that has, as far as this American Indian community is concerned, anything that is groundbreaking or upper echelon. This is some hot off the press, spicy fucking meatball. I haven't seen any of those. I was looking to see where can those be made available. I mean, I got a lot of different feed all over the place, on different platforms and stuff like that. You can see the breadcrumbs, aside from the groups of haters that were moderators and stuff like that, or admins. They deleted all the builds and shit like that when we were smacking people around back in 2015, 2016, smacking people around, So, but I appreciate those times because, they would be like 30 people all trying to come at me at one time, and I'd be handling 30 people at one time. I didn't run. I ain't back down. I didn't stoop to low levels, pulling up pictures of people's moms. I didn't pull up no dead relatives. I didn't do none of that. I bust heads with grandma and information. My rebuttals were strong. I provide the evidence. Here's the link for that ass. This ain't what I say. This is what they say. Now what? Can't blame Moon for that. Can't blame Moon for that, but you could blame Moon for some of these situations turning out for the better. That's a fact. And what I'm going to do is have people from around the American Indian community over the last 5 years that can say personal things about, about me and some of the situations that I've actively been in. My number's always been the same. My number's always been active. Now I'm not so available anymore. And this is why, because you had all these snake nakers and jack fakers. Had all of them doing way too much a long time ago. This started a long time ago. It should have ended a long time ago. But when people hold on to those resentful feelings and that envy and that shit drives a person to do some low down things, to perpetuate some low down vibrations, to perpetuate some low down shit All for nothing at the end of the fucking day. Sticks and stones, nigga, ain't never broke my motherfucking bones, man. A diss ain't a diss unless you feel it. But motherfuckers wanted me to feel it, right? How the fuck a stranger needs you to feel something so bad that every burning day, waking moment is an object of a shadow? A shadow, really? I'm just a motherfucking screen name. Well, the government is just a motherfucking emblem. They're a screen name too. I ain't seen none of these motherfuckers swinging. Where is the bills about how to swing effectively at the government? Niggas know how to swing on moon. Well, where's the moon hive then? Where they at though? Where can I find the body of work? And I ain't talking about no Morris Science Temple paperwork. I'm talking about the Indian drop. Where can I find the Indian drop? I'm willing to pay good money for it. Got to be worth it, you know. If some shit was really going on with, you know, generally people would just get a lawyer and stuff like that, right? Well, I don't need to get a lawyer because I'm an Indian, but there's these niggas that's teaching the bill. They teaching this supreme bill. Where can I find the solutions at? Please point me. Feel free to drop the link of the video, of the thread, of this great contribution that can show us some shit. I want to see it where the presentation is. Let me see you pull up the page. Let me see you pull up the source. Let me see you read from the source. Let me see you provide the link. Let me see you provide the books. Provide the source. Provide where we can find this information, as I've done. Sources. Primary sources. That's what good research is about. That's what good research is about. Not this ingratiating bootlicking kind of thing. Not that. Not that. Well, we got some new, fresh, new faces going to be appearing. They're going to be lighting up, trailblazing. They're going to be trailblazing, different perspectives, but that energy of the ancestors is going to set this shit on fire, and I'm super excited. And we're going to give a grand welcome and a grand introduction, and we're going to watch the people grow. They don't have to come in here knowing everything. They got their common sense, and they got their genealogy. See, this is the thing. Some of these people came into this shit without any genealogy. They didn't have anything to stand on, and they're mad because it's a year later, 2 years later, and they still don't have that. So somehow that becomes a problem. I had one of the moderators, and I had to, let me just tell y'all a little story real quick about how crazy people are. Just something that I noticed. And I got a little wind of one of, and I, you know, he was very cool. He had felt really sick. I checked on this brother all the time. Every single day. He couldn't walk. He couldn't talk. And I'm telling you, every day, the minute he was able to type, he reached out to me. I spoke with his wife. I would check on her and just see if there was anything that I can offer to be done. I knew this brother was down. I didn't see him on Facebook for a couple of days. I would call him and inbox him, speak to his wife, found out he had a stroke. He was in the hospital for a very, very long time, very sick. When he came back, everything I said was just so much encouragement. I would just speak life into this brother. I wanted him to get well. I wanted him to be able to use his hands and be able to speak again, right? And these are the things that I would send my supplications out to the ancestors for this particular brother. And I realized he's over there, you know, he's outside the playground now. And he made a comment, and part of it is a lie. And a part of it is a lie because he said that he asked Mac, Tasha, and myself to do his genealogy, and nobody helped him. So that spewed the hate. You got to look at some of the complaints. See, I can look at where the hate is coming from, and I can take some of those things as constructive criticism and try and make myself better. Oh, she's loud all the time. She always responding. You know what? You're right. I do respond a lot. I do throw my hands up every time a motherfucker try to press me. I do. I'm working on that. I'm human. I never said I was perfect. I don't know why people think I'm going to pretend to be. Never said that, but I know I gave my shit from the heart. I gave my shit selflessly. I gave a lot of motherfucking time to these strangers. Gave a lot of time to these strangers. They won't talk about that. They'll talk about what I didn't do. What I did do outweighs anything they think I didn't do. Because whatever I didn't do, I don't owe nobody dick. How about that? What have you done for me, Frank? What have you done for me? Nigga got a wrench in the chat. What do you think I was supposed to do for you? Was this before the stroke or after? Or during? The pettiness, because somebody didn't do your genealogy. So that means a lot of niggas is still mad at their parents because there was a toy they didn't get, when niggas was celebrating Christmas and shit. Nigga didn't get the G.I. Joe with the Kung Fu grip. He been mad at bitches ever since. He don't trust them. Women don't know what I want. And the nigga carried that into his 20s, 30s, and 40s. And it's all coming out right now. That's how that shit sound. That's how that shit sound. So now it has been too much animosity for specific people to work together. It doesn't mean that the rest of the community can't work. We could all still work. There is still a way to work with these niggas that I don't want to work with. I don't got to work with them directly, but work must be done. It will affect them. It will affect me, but can't trust niggas to do the right thing. Niggas is standing next to shitballs. Whether they were directly implicated or not, you're standing next to some shitty people. And that's some shit that is never going to disappear. It's never going to go away, no matter how many bitches Moon is called, no matter how many little wig, little this, chicken legs, chicken legs, no matter how many chicken legs, chicken wings I'm called, niggas standing next to dirty motherfuckers. Right. So there you go, Bonton. If I didn't say anything, because I really tried to ignore it, if I didn't say anything, then, it looked like it's true, right? They expected me to acquiesce. That's what black niggas do, right? Black people do that. They acquiesce all the time. Something happens, they don't rebut it, and it stands, right? It stands after that. That's what they expected me to do. That's what people expected me to do. It was a good idea for a while. But after week 1, week 2, if it was just me, I'd probably be fine. But niggas disrespected a whole public figure. It's the same as throwing a rock at my grandmother. The vitriol and the disrespect. And niggas took the motherfucking shiesty approach. They didn't make it fair. They didn't make it fair at all. This was like a retaliation, a revenge, like a get down or lay down. Like you want to make us sit down with extortionists and fucking crooks and creeps and scammers and all this other shit. And you want us all to just be quiet and this, that, and the third, right? Just be quiet. Why can't we all get along? See, you fucking this up. We trying to get a little money. We trying to rob our own people, just like the white man doing that we talking about. Once you mind your business, Moon, why you gotta complain all the time? What you mad? We probably would have gave you something if you wasn't so nosy. Which I wasn't nosy because niggas rang my phone. I had to think, how did I meet these people? How did I meet these people? Because I certainly never, ever reached out to anyone. And the people that I reached out with, guess what? We're still fucking cool. I don't even think that reached out. I think it was a natural occurrence. And we kind of just match vibes, and that was that. But other than that, I never reached out. Hey, you guys want to be on my show? Can I be on you guys' show? I want to be on your show, guys. Hey, guys. Hey, you want to be friends with Moon? Hey, guys, you want to do this? I never. Not one time did I ask to be friends, to be down, to be in a group, to be part of a business. I never asked to be a part of nothing. And the people that I fuck with, I reached out to them or they reached out to me, and it worked out that way. Then you got the others that try to insert themselves and attach themselves. Now that shit is weird, and we're going to talk about that behavior. Be very cautious, okay? And I'm going to tell y'all something. You know, I really didn't want to go here, but I have to because, you know, I didn't create that. I have contributed to content for it, but I didn't create it. And I'm going to tell you guys, there was a situation how A4 was created, okay? Because I want you guys to make sure that you file a complaint and make sure that your information is safe, because the data collector has that. I don't have any control of that. I don't have any control of that. So for safety, because Moon cares about people's safety, make sure that if you signed up, because he has the master list, I don't have any access to that, that your information isn't compromised. Your addresses, your emails, your credit card numbers. Because I can show every money that came to me that was supposed to be for me. And it was always slow bucks. It was nothing that I ever relied on. So I'm really not sure what it is, but we're going to get to the bottom of that. I'm going to get to the bottom of that because I have a personal attachment to that. However, everybody else, I don't really know how vulnerable that made you. And for that, I need to apologize for endorsing a product that I thought was right. So if niggas really wanted to say Phoenix is wrong, Phoenix, you can say that I said some cool things and promoted a product from a fucking serial killer. A nigga with a fucking borderline social personality disorder. I am guilty of that. And I apologize for that. Find out what happened with your information. Find out what happened. I'd be every bit of creep of these niggas if I could say, hey, wait a minute. Now I got to go back. I had to go back and recall. I got to live with the fact that a motherfucker that bites on pregnant women, I endorse this product. Motherfuckers worried about the wig. Motherfucker worried about what's under it. I apologize. I owe people an apology. I owe an apology for that. It's the first time for everything. I owe an apology for that. Y'all definitely need to cancel. Not only that, go in that fine print and look and see and make sure Are they, L. Austin? They're selling packages over there? Is that right? Converted, huh? Halito, Nina, how are you, beauty? Grand rising, beloved sister. Selling packages, huh? Pack the Indian information in a foreign gift wrap. Huh? Well. Can't trust the data collector. Right? We learn and grow. That's right, Star Vision. We absolutely do. Check and see what's up with your data. Check and see what's up with your shit. Put a PIN number on your social security card. Just put a PIN number. The thing is with that, you won't be able to get instant credit. You actually have to call them. Or for instance, if you are in, let's say, I don't know, Banana Republic, and you apply for a Banana Republic card, if you have a lock on your account, you can't get the instant credit. They have to call right there from the store. So you definitely want to do that. Definitely want to do that. There's got to be some safety measures. To the women, I found out from a couple of sisters that I will be speaking with. I will have them here later on at another time, sharing their story of how my name was used to lure women into the women that I've never spoke to. Okay, never had any conversations with, that were on conversations with some of these men, and they were using my name, and I'm not privy to it. So now these women are also saying that there were times where I was being talked about and didn't know, and these guys were on my lives, on my shows, pretending to be my friends, and they were very confused. And being that they didn't know me and they were waiting to meet me, niggas, this is why the fan mail is out of control, because these niggas was dropping names. Phoenix, yeah, that's like my sister. Phoenix, yeah, that's my homegirl. You know, a nigga know motherfucking Jay-Z. Jay-Z, my man. Yeah, we be this and this and that. Name dropping. Luring women in so they could bite them, beat them, get them pregnant, all types of crazy shit that's going on right now. And these are people I've never met. And they seen this ruckus going on because they follow them. They don't follow me. Because I got introduced to being the shit to fuck that bitch. And they was like, wait a minute. The only reason why I was even cool with you, nigga, because you said you knew Moon, and she was doing a women's group. A women's group, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I mentioned that. And you want to know why I didn't have a matriarch series? You want to know why? The real matriarchs were busy timing for the most part, but the ones that was offering themselves, y'all better be careful. I'm supposed to shut up. All them bullets came my way. These are things we need to talk about. Let's talk about those ladies acting like precious mother. Let's talk about the people that do that. What we gonna do about that? You think these is the women we should have had on the matriarch bill? Is that who? Where's the? We did have the matriarch bill. We had Chief Warhorse. Right? How much matriarch did you want? How much matriarch did you need? Expectations. Niggas had unrealistic expectations of Phoenix Moon. Now I'll send the motherfucking moon hive your way and see if you could provide some of these demands. Let's see how fast Sister Betty can crank out these motherfucking genealogies, because it's a bunch of them. I could go back in my emails and show all these needy people. Let's see how this shit get done swiftly. All the things that they was mad at Moon about, I'd like to see them executed. All the people that was getting busy, that was putting in the real work, we should see some real results, because goddamn if these people ain't coming back. Moon. Now nobody say Moon name and the views go down. Now everything is calm and quiet. It took for 2 new Nakers to come through. 2 new Nakers to come through, have a conversation, and want to talk and build like men. Nobody wanted to talk and build like men. They say Moon thinks she a man. Moon's a man. You didn't want to talk to Moon, right? Because I'm a man, right? Well, now real men wanted to talk. Nobody wants to talk to real men. I could have stayed out of it. I would have bought all the snacks, the nice hors d'oeuvres and shit while the men talk. I'm a good host. Would have rolled a couple of blunts for niggas and shit and let y'all sit in the room and I'll go mind my business. That could have happened. It did not. None of the brothers that I work with was assaulting ladies. None of the brothers I worked with went on an all-out assault, dogging women that was trying to dog me. None of them did that. None of them did that. Hey, we got 6 months worth of 1,200 hours worth of fuck Phoenix Moon. That's a big jacket. A clusterfuck of hate. And really, what did it accomplish besides turning the new people off? Well, it did accomplish some things, because now we know the game. See, we ain't know how the shit was being played before, but now we got the full perspective. The full perspective is so beautiful. It's so crispy clear. Now we know how everybody played this contributory role to fucking our ancestors up, because we're dealing with their descendants right now. We have a clear picture. So do you see why it was so important that all of that negative energy mustered up this corona? Niggas want to blame the government. Oh, you better blame the gods of the earth with all this nasty energy they got, putting that shit out into the ether, causing these fucking dark forces to interact and shit like that. Man, y'all niggas better get with the shit. Get with the shit. Get with the shit. So imagine, but that shit can't crush the small number of people with the righteous power. See how that shit was just like needful things. When the devil came to town, everything started going to shit. Put that bitch down in the hole and everything is well again. Everything is well again. Good thing I'm stingy this time around in this cycle of my life, right? This is a different cycle from the 40s into this next transition. This is where I am learning to manifest my power. I dropped all my self-inadequacies. I've been more honest with myself than ever. I am more pleased with my own internal disposition, good, bad, and indifferent. I forgive myself for what I can't do, commend myself for what I can, never limit myself. I ain't gonna do that. It shows the tenacity, the endurance. Attracting great people to work with, right? For different reasons. Everybody got their own lane, but we all in the same motherfucking highway together, right? Motorcade, carpool. Right. People with the same intent. People with the same intent. People with the same intent for doing the righteous shit. We got a formula that, you know, it's going to work. We just haven't tried it. And then we have these people that are telling us, don't do that. Do what the Moors say. Don't do what the white man say. Do what the white man say, right? Because Moors is white too, right? Yeah, all puns intended. All puns intended. So, shout out to the new nakers. Wait till y'all get a whiff for the wild Indian one. Wait till y'all get a whiff. Will Strong. Will Strong. He's young. He's connected to people. See, now the people that you are going to see, they may be new to you, but they are old to everybody else. So they're already coming with their own following based off of the things that they do in their community. Halito, cousin Liz, what's up, beauty? They got some fresh content. People need to hear fresh content. They got fresh new voices, fresh new perspectives. What's up, love? Fresh new perspectives. And they real at heart. Trill at heart. Plus, they'll knock a motherfucker out if they have to. On top of all that, they rather not. These is good men. Take care of their children, their family, respect their community. You know what I'm saying? Change some of their old ways for the better, for the love and respect of life. Now they know grandma. They remember. They got the information. They got the facts about themselves. They know who they are. It's a beautiful thing. That's what's supposed to happen. The wild Indian one gonna multiply. Them same niggas that the world tried to throw away, America tried to throw them away, and he's right there with them and get the inside scoop to tell them how to do their genealogy. That's the shit they want to stop, huh? You want to stop the gangbangers from coming together and not killing each other because they know they may be kinfolk or cousins through genealogy? Is that something that should be silent? Is that something that should be quieted and muted? Is that something? Is that something that should be taken lightly? Is it? Young brother that could go up in the hood and multiply some shit. Multiply the niggas that want to kill each other and change them into their true selves. Help them change themselves. Different type of knowledge of self. You know what kind of power it is what a nigga will fight for when he realized he got his own country. He in his own land. You give a nigga with no answers, answers. You guide them on a path to answers for themselves. Do you know what kind of love and loyalty that's about? Hit a little different. How many niggas gave folks their grandma? When the last time you showed somebody their granddaddy in the war 1812? When the last time? When the last time you pulled up somebody granddaddy description in the Revolutionary War? Where the homecomers at? How many people did they bring home? How many people did they bring home? You know what I did? All this time, I brought my family home. I brought my family home. Came back home. Came back home. Me and my children back home on paper. My mama and daddy on paper. My aunties and uncles on paper. My sisters and brothers. We home. We all home. Still got a couple of cousins that's out there on the water. But I got proof they home. They just having problems in their mind. But I got proof they home. And ain't nothing they can do about it. We got the same grannies. We here now. All we need is a little bit. We don't need the millions, the masses. We don't need that. Those ain't the numbers we need. We can have a small group of strong ass motherfuckers. Billy badass motherfuckers. The tenacity, you don't got to be the most book smart or the most articulate. Common sense is everything. And ain't no sense like it. Ain't no sense like it. No need to sell no snake charm oil. We don't gotta promise all niggas all the water under the bridge. Nigga, the bridge is yours and so ain't the water. It's free. Still got options. You can cross that bridge or you can swim your ass on over where you want to go. Right? And for the confused ones, there's a boat that you can get on that'll take you back. New and improved things, going to change the game. The shit is still going to go forward, right? The shit is still going to go forward. I am excited. No Grandma Killers. We're going to update that. Website will be updated today, July 3rd and 4th. This is going to be, and we figure that'll be a healthy time. A lot of states are going to be opening up at the end of this month. June, there'll be a few more states that are opening up, so it'll be a gradual thing. Let me just talk about a little bit of the culture here in Georgia from what I've been seeing. In Atlanta, down to the country, I've been all over these different metro areas in these cities. I've been looking at some really fascinating things, spots where they've been hanging people. We got some real dope stuff coming up. Just being able to interview people and hear what they're talking about and just kind of let them go. And you'd be surprised. I can't wait for the archives and these other the archives and the libraries to open back up. There's a couple of specific things that we're going to go for. And guys, let me tell you, we never going to run out of content. Never going to run out of content. We just made an agreement to do another series, to do a series of some really interesting things and working with other people that have their shit together. Ain't got nothing to hide. You know what I'm saying? Easy to work with people. We looking to come up. Well, and not only that, we're going to elevate the platform. I know you've seen the upgrades and the tweakings that we've been doing, trying out different flavors and stuff like that. Really gonna marry up some different elements that's gonna make some bomb shit. Shout out, and if you haven't done so already, go and subscribe to No Grandma Killers. I don't really know what you're waiting for or what you're hating for. Get your ass on over there, hit that like button, go and subscribe to No Grandma Killers. Share this video, like this video. Make them go sit on over there and get this good old information over at No Grandma Killers. We ain't gonna make it hostile over there. That's always gonna be a great place. And And again, there's some different things that we'd like to have. If you have content that you'd like to submit, if you think that you can, host the show and be able to have a entity, and you want a place to be heard, you can come over to No Grandma Killers. We ain't gonna, if you got something good, if you're a gardener, you stick to gardening. You're Indian, but don't bring Israelite over there. You understand what I'm saying? But you're more than welcome. We ain't gonna discriminate in that regard, but we trying to make sure that people get a shot. We're gonna have a whole bunch of new people coming through that are able to, do the same thing we've all done or been doing, if we, and hopefully that's bringing the good content that people can appreciate. And the build that is actually practical, factual, with truth, proof, and evidence, right? Because that's what makes it real. That's what makes it real. Not because I say it's real or someone else says it's real. Facts, proof, evidence, and truth. That's what makes it real. And that's not because I say so. That is the truth and nothing but the truth. Right? So, what's up, young Cherokee? Bonton. What's happening? I hope y'all doing well today. Hope y'all doing well. So let me show something. Now I gotta go into the bill. We don't gotta enough of that. Been inspired. Let me see. Can I get this? Give me 1 second. Okay. Give me 1 second. I got something. This is gonna be a little different, but let's rock with this. Hold on 1 second. Let's go into a build. We don't got to talk about none of that shit. Let's just bring up a couple of points. I wanted to run through a few things, and I'm gonna have some help on this, but let me just give y'all a little bit of drop of something interesting that is going on over at No Grandma Killers. Give me 1 second.
Action. You know what, y'all? I'm AK, American Eating. We welcome No Grandma Killers. So make sure you subscribe to No Grandma Killers.
So I'm always thanks for being patient. Let me get this together. I'm getting the audio together. I'm getting this audio together. Now, we always thinking of creative ways for our people to get what they're supposed to get, right? And sometimes it's that oral history, that we have to rely on. But you want to know what? We have access to some things that give us so much information now. This is like the best thing. This is why you got to work with your own people. You don't need to link up with strangers. Yes, the journey is hard. Yes, no crew is harder to get in line than your own goddamn family. I'm going to tell you the truth. No people to get to agree with you or get to agree or harmonize with the most difficulty is other than your family. But there's some little caveats and spicy meatballs all over that make this genealogy shit the most important and fucking spectacular shit I can say that I've ever done. Other people will agree. Other people will agree. So let's get into it. This is a horse of a different color, but you know, Moon, you know, I could be innovative and okay, let's hit that audio. I'm gonna do a screen share. Let's see. Un momento. It's a little spicy, meatball. We got a whole series that we're gonna be doing. And you know, this is exclusive to No Grandma Killers. This should actually be there. The bulk of this particular project that we're going to be building on is going to be on No Grandma Killers. But since we're here right now, I figured give a little sneak peek, some just interesting, different things that we're doing because it's important and it has total connection to genealogy in a way which people are completely dismissive of, and we're going to go over it. Okay, so here we have, 1 second, let me do the screen share. Okay. Okay. Let me blow this up. Okay. There you go. With unidentified former slaves from Virginia, Petersburg. Now, I've been going through Virginia and North Carolina, of course, is near and dear to me. That is the bulk of where my roots are from. You know, of course, New York, the whole Algonquin, all the way down the eastern seaboard into the Muskogee tribes as well. So now we have an interview with unidentified former slaves from Virginia, Petersburg. And this series was done. They started, I believe, in either 1933, and it was over during the census of 1940, right? So what we're going to do, and it's very hard to hear, so we try to amplify the sound as much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read the actual interview verbatim. A lot of it is broken English, what we know to be broken English, but this is the way that our people spoke. I'll provide the link so you can listen to the audio, of course, on your own time. So it's definitely going to have to be in high volume. It does have static. So if you have some equipment or something that would be able to, you know, tweak the sound a little bit so you can get like the best clarity. I am actually using some of these for a project. There's some beautiful things we have going on. Looking to do more work. The Library of Congress, shout out to them. We got it's some great things going on, but we're gonna reach out to some of these descendants of these people and contact them. Okay, we're gonna contact them and notify them of some of these things because a lot of those people don't know who they are. They don't know that they're ancestors that they can't find or that they weren't looking for are right here. You can hear their voices. You can hear some of the other family members who were little kids, and those are going to be the elders that you remember. Right? So this is going to be, it's going to take a while, but there's some things that we got going on. So now, if there are more people that would like to be a part of this project, that would like to contribute to this project, please hit us up at nograndmakillers.com. You got to be serious. We can divvy up some of the tasks and things like that. Be ready to go because we got a lot of stuff to do. And these are actually going to be sent to someone else that's interested in doing some documentaries. So we're looking forward to that. But just to show some of talking about, let me see. Okay. Okay. So we're going to play some of this now.
Do you remember the song that they made up about it?
The song, they sung it, they said. That was 4 hours ago. Were they playing? How are you, Sister Taylor? How are you today? You remember me? Remember me? Remember me? You remember me? You remember we were up there
Difficult to hear. Okay, so you got to have it on full blast. So we're looking, and these are the original, from the original phonographs. Okay, we're having them amplified and magnified to where we'll be able to hear. You can pretty much hear just static and echo, but the good thing is, let me drop this for you. Here is the transcript of this particular one so that you can go back to it. But just check out some of the things. That's the actual transcript. I just dropped it in the chat. Okay, and we're going to be working off of this series at No Grandma Killers. Something fresh and new that nobody else is talking about. So if anybody else starts with it, they trying to jack the content like folks like to do. But anyway, it's not going to be quite the same. We're going to do it such with a style. So I dropped the actual recording. You guys will be able to hear it yourselves. It's still very faint. But you will hear some elements that the voices are louder than others. You can even hear some of the background noises. You can certainly hear them laugh. You can certainly hear them tell their story. This particular one, let me read it. It's really short. This interview out of Hampton, Virginia. And this is Mrs. Jessie. And there's a long gap in the recording. And she says that happened before I was born. I'm not sure what part this is. This is the interview. This is the text of it, of the parts that you guys can hear. And it says that happened before I was born. And then there's an unidentified woman interviewer. Mrs. Jessie, what were they hung for? Mrs. Annie Williams. Whose great grandmother is Annie Williams? Right? You want to check these names out? I'm sure Mrs. Jessie is probably the first name, but you definitely got Annie Williams. So you might have a Jessie Williams, right? Who is a female and not a male. So these are genealogy clues, right? And you get to hear their voices. So can you imagine how amazing it would be if one of you Indians can attach yourselves to any of these people here, right? When they're talking about, they know that they're Indian, right? Because some of these, they're very, very clear. They're very plain. Okay, so it goes on to say they were hung for giving them. They were hiding. So in parentheses, it said, in brackets, it says possibly fugitive slaves. Mrs. Annie Williams running from, they didn't take whatever, question mark, you can't really hear it, or inaudible for that matter. Mrs. Jessie, they hung them with bats. They tied and sewed up. They hung them with Roscoe Lewis. I don't know who Roscoe Lewis is. Do you remember the song that they made up about them? Mrs. Jessie, the song, they sung it themselves. Roscoe Lewis. Those women, unidentified woman interviewer. Who sung it? You mean the two women sang it? These two women, Miss Jessie said. Miss Annie Williams, don't ask me. Unidentified interviewer. Just before they were hung, Mrs. Jessie, they sung that two women before they hang them. Hang them soon as they done. Mrs. Annie Williams, I can't talk about that. Mrs. Jessie, and one woman began crying. Unidentified woman interviewer. Were they slaves? Mrs. Jessie, yeah, ma'am, they was before I was born. Unidentified woman interviewer. And it says in brackets, distortions of recording repeats. Were they slaves? Mr. Sailor, in brackets, it says that he just grumbles. Unidentified woman interviewer. How are you, Mr. Sailor? Mr. Sailor, how are you today? You remember me? So these also have the transcripts as best as they were able to do. But saying the names, right, is going to connect you to people. So you have a tale. So now we know that two women, before their asses got hung, they were singing. And as soon as they got done singing, they hung these women. And they were slaves before this woman was born. So we know that this woman was born. This is in the 1930s now. So if these women that were hung had to certainly be born prior to 1860. Now there may be some sort of newspaper article in the Petersburg area regarding these women that were singing on the way to their death. Now, when you see those two women, they'll say their names. And those names will be two grandmas that your ass couldn't find while everybody was watching Aboriginal Love and Shit Shop. Boom! It's not just census records. It's not just census records. It's not that you don't see the Indian. The problem is they didn't put the Indian down. Why are you mad? Really? Copper Red Rio, how are you? Thank you so much. Whisper Shout, Halito. Indigo Boogie. I doubt that the last name is Jessie because they called her Mrs. Jessie. So she probably was the elder of the bunch, right? When you are able to hear the audio, I've dropped it in there. You'll be able to download the PDF or open up the PDF so you can see how they transcripted it. So there's going to be a bunch of people. We're just going to run through this whole series. We're looking to contact their ancestors. So this is something, I have a nice, really cool genealogy group. We're going to try and contact these ancestors and we're going to see who's who, because some of us will be connected to these people. Right now, we're just going to prove the relativity. We don't have to really deal. And we're going to show exactly how there is 6 degrees of separation between most of us that have the same information. So whether me and 3 other people have all the Indian documents that you think we need and you don't, we can prove that you are related to us and that means you Indian too. What is everybody afraid of? What is everybody mad at? That's how you tribe up, not meet up with motherfucking strangers. We don't want to look like liars and shit. And when everybody be like, well, where's your proof? And niggas ain't got none. Oh, well, well, I know we Indian. That's not going to cut it. It's not going to cut it. And if you think that you can't take on that name because that's what the white man made, well, you're going to have to show me what the black man did in black land that works for him. Okay? You need to know what the Indian made up, and what the Indian made up is still attached to the word Indian and nothing else but that. So go on and fill us in. How can you create your own shit when you ain't even respecting the shit that's there, that's available? It's not going to work. Annie Williams. I did say Annie Williams, and this is in the Petersburg area, Michael Brown Harris. Hi, Raphael. Halito. Yeah, we got to get to it. We're going to run through this. There's so many people in these narratives that talk about, I remember I was born, a beautiful Josie Brown, for instance. Everybody knows about Josie Brown. I think it was either Thousand Go Ahead or Johnny Aborigine that put that out quite some years ago. It might even been South Carolina. But I remember this from back, and this is back in 2015. Josie Brown. And it's been all passed around, but I've always left the original watermark on it. I'm sure I could find it. But I'm telling you, Josie Brown talks about how she is Choctaw and she was an ex-slave out of Texas. Okay, and she knew that there's names and stuff. You'll hear certain things that trigger something that you noticed on the documents, but you haven't been able to quite interpret it. So we're going to focus on some of the different things in genealogy to help you attach yourself to these people. Give you a little bit of clarity on some of the things that was happening. Give you an understanding of what the political climate was like and how they were successful or not, and lack thereof, multitude thereof, however it went down. So this is going to be like a forensic detailing of specific people in specific areas. So when you're tuning in, you know, if you are part of this area, you from Texas, and this is your roots have been, so far in antiquity, as far back as you can go in Texas. Now you can hear the narratives from the slaves that were in Texas, and they're telling you, I'm Comanche, I'm part this. They came and kidnapped my brothers by the river. My mother was free. I was born free. My birthday is July 7th. I think round about 09. They remember this and they remember that. That's the oral history that's going to bust through the roof. We need that. So when we go and sitting down in front of Congress and whatnot, and we telling our story to the world, this shit, man, and I tell you, it'll be a bestseller. Money, cash, yeah, money, cash, foes. What? What do they really want, though? I don't really want to be angry. There's no reason to be angry. And I'm tired of people trying to make me angry and upset about the win in the bag. The message is clear. The ancestors are talking to who they need to talk to about what they need to talk about. How to get it shaken without feeling like you got to shake hands with the snakes. Just in order to get some respect put on your name. You want some respect? You got, hey, shit, what the Bible say? Study and show thyself approved. Have you studied, really? Have you studied self, really? Show thyself approved. I don't mean it in a dogmatic way, but that's some real shit. That's some real shit. I didn't make that up. We ain't make up the game. We just follow the rules. I'm excited. We're just going to make this shit about genealogy. We're going to make it fun. We're going to make it a fucking household way of life, right? Because it's going to be the way we get our life back or on track, because we have life, but we don't want it back the way it was when it was black. On track, we want it. Bars. I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean that, but So we got some interesting things, y'all, for everybody that is willing to be a part of, because this is new. Ain't nobody doing it. Please, y'all, don't start picking up them old black habits. Don't go back, y'all. Don't go back. I know it's hard. It's so many people distracting you and making you feel like doubting the grandma, doubting. Now they want to tell you grandma could have lied. Isn't that what those 750s was saying in the beginning? You ever hear any Indians saying grandma ain't always tell the truth? Isn't that something that we heard and we had to dispute? Isn't that how we got to where we are now, calling ourselves American Indians? Some motherfuckers told us our grandma was liars. Grandmas didn't always tell the truth. Ain't that how I'm sure 10, 15 years ago, when Carrie Davis talked about how you niggas came on the boat. I'm sure that conversation may have been sparked from somebody telling a nigga, your grandma lied. Look at where we are now. Because some motherfucker told one of our peoples that their grandma was a liar. Grandmas didn't always tell the truth. Huh? So strangers tell the truth and grandma don't. You could get a kidney from grandma and maybe not from a stranger. Oh, shit. Grandma lied, huh? Grandmas didn't always tell the truth. They didn't always tell the truth about who their favorite was, right? You know, they had a favorite grandchild or two or three. They may have lied about that. I love all y'all the same. No, you don't. That little nappy head nigga, he don't listen. Little bad motherfucker. Come here, baby. Come here, sugar. Stop crying, baby. Here, you want a piece of cake? Come give grandma a hug. Get grandma some sugar. Come here. You know the way you gotta keep constantly hugging and sit him on my lap. Come on, sit on grandma's lap. Because if he don't, he gonna break all the motherfucking little figurines and shit she got on the goddamn coffee table. The one that's gonna have to go to the emergency room because he just won't sit still. The one grandma don't want to watch unless the nigga sleep. Put that baby to sleep. Go on out, but you better be here before that badass baby wake up, right? Grandma love them all the same. No, she don't. She want to go play bingo when you want to drop that little nigga off. She gonna bring him over when the older kids is over so they can watch that little nigga. Let's get it shaking. Let's get it shaking. I don't really want all the personal hit-ups about doing genealogy. You want to give us a couple dollars to do it? We might could work something out. But other than that, I really don't want to just do no freebies. I'm scared of working with a lot of people because of this shit going on right here. Had the whole sociopath, got all these motherfuckers information and shit like that. You know, I really am leery. So don't be mad at Moon, right? It's May 19th, 2020. Don't be mad at Moon and Tasha because we ain't getting to everybody's genealogy, answering everybody's whims. These niggas done made us scared to even do the right goddamn thing around these motherfuckers. Ain't our fault. Can't get to everybody, but we can sure do this together. Right? You want one-on-one, you got to get next to me in a different way. I'm kind of scared. There's some people, I promise I am going to work with you in the same order in which we got to each other, but that closed, like, that list closed because I still got some people going backwards, but that list closed. But what I can do is give you somebody that I do trust. So between the 3-4 of us, you will absolutely be able to get some things done. Plus, we will include you in these groups where we are going to be discussing these things in a private, detailed manner so that you can have what you need and get the help, and you'll be able to work with these people that ain't going to be screenshotting and taking your shit and doing all this other stupid shit. So make sure y'all come to the No Grandma Killers tour. You want it done for free? Be your ass at the No Grandma Killers tour. We're going to have people doing the genealogy right there on the spot. You won't leave there without 3rd, 4th generation, at least. If you coming with that, then we get you pre-colonial. We're going to have some different things to show you how to get to where you need to get, right? Don't just assume that the Europeans is pilgrims, right? Don't just assume that they mayonnaise colored. We learned some different things and how you can find out who is who and where the fuck they from, right? We could look at the last names right now and know exactly where in America these people was at, what they was doing, who they attached to. Okay? It's not hard. It's not as hard. So we're going to give you all these different little things. Really is the best thing. It's nice that, you know, the money was great. The money was great, but I really got tired and stopped in like probably 2016 2017, I wasn't really doing no genealogies for a long time consistently like that. You know, motherfuckers want to rush you and shit. If it took me goddamn near 20 years to know what I was looking at, well, I don't know what make you think your shit gonna happen in 10 days or less. You know, people getting impatient and all of that. I want to give you your money back. I ain't got, nobody got time for that shit. You want it done right? You want it done right? Whomever is doing your genealogy has to be somebody that is already connected well into their own. So, but we definitely want people to get where they supposed to get. It's only gonna work for that. And then we got some other things that other people are doing. Send my info back to the group like it was hers. What? What the fuck? That's crazy. Somebody did that to me on Instagram, then had the nerve to send my info back to the group like it was hers. That's retarded. Stealing. Granny traffic. Granny traffic. Huh. Well, I'll tell you what. This is going to be the way to, let me see. Hold on one second. Hold on, y'all, one second. One moment. Hold on. Sorry about that. So yeah, kidnapping grandma. That's grandma trafficking, and that's what a lot of these people are doing. And they're taking that information and they're going, trying to create tribes and stuff like that, right? But see, here's the thing: they can't. Now, depending on who they know, because look at those fake tribes. The Machis down in Alabama, right? You have those people that have almost $1 billion in the HUD Section 3 money. And all this other funding that was supposed to be for American Indians, right? They actually had access to the Alabama state records to either destroy, alter, forge, and disrespect, and change these documents, right? Fortunately, we have different agencies, and there's always going to be a trail as to which agency handles what, who is responsible, who has to pay, who has to protect your identity. I spoke about this back in November. I brought it up again. And you know, it's a serious thing. Alabama, those are Alabama Indians? No, they're not. They told different stories. See, these are the investigations that we need to have. We don't got to worry about reparations because there's so many things that they got to fucking make right. It's not funny. The list is infinite. We'll die. We will all die before we complete all these get money lawsuits in with these people. We're going to have to pass this down to our children to keep perpetuating that act right, get right. Don't get caught slipping on Indian time no more. Somebody got to pay for that. So everybody was watching the slander of all the rest of us that know grandma killers. Meanwhile, niggas was killing grandmas at the same goddamn time, right? Did anybody find the people on those rolls of the Machis? Are they impersonating your Beulah Mae Jenkins? Do they got your Effie Smith on there? You looking for grandma? Did she get kidnapped into a federally recognized tribe that don't recognize you, and you don't recognize the kinfolk that don't admit that you kinfolk? Can't prove that they kinfolk neither. Where you at with it? What that got to do with the 5 civilized tribes? Nothing. Oh, there's so many different things that happen to the Indian. You're going to have to pick one. Some of us, listen, we all got the same. We all have one problem. And then there's these individual problems that are not really individual. They just break down and compartmentalize, and we got to slam it like this so that we can keep the story straight, keep it accurate, and everything lines up with what it is that we are saying happened to us, and they got to apologize and do us right for what they did. Ain't no need to be cutting up and acting fool. The formula right there ain't been a team of motherfucking Indians that stuck to the script. You not going to tell me these so-called Aboriginal people don't want to deal with the treaties that got their grandfather's signature on it, their grandmama's signature on it, shows that who they are. You can't tell me these niggas know, because they not interested in seeing if the end of the deal that was our obligation has been held. There's a couple of treaties that say we supposed to get the United States 3 bushels of corn and an arrow. Who been paying that bill? You think the Indian been paying that bill? While they was black and Moors and Hebrews and Negroes and coloreds and all this and blacks and this and RBGs and Hoteps and Moteps and Holiday Inns? You think? Man, listen, we're going to have to do better. That's all that's important. Everything else going to fall together. The genealogy was important so we could get to the suits. The suits are endless. You think we're going to lose them all? We can't just go with one big, hey, you guys did this to us. Nope. We're going to have to sweep the whole world, because every fucking courtroom in America going to be flooded with the shit they did. Break yourself. Remember in that Tupac, me and my girlfriend, die, nigga, break yourself. That's how we going to run down on the rundown when it's time to run down. And we could put the guns down because the words is there. And these words is going to make the money appear. And if you lose out on that, don't cry for help. You put yourself there. And if you're running with grandma, there's your wealth. You the richest man out there. Bars! I wasn't even trying. Just talking shit, smoking good weed. But got some interesting things coming up. We just gonna keep working, keep loving on each other, y'all. It's always good to see y'all. I'm glad y'all still around. I'm glad y'all still working. I'm glad y'all still fucking with grandma. Glad y'all still building. Glad y'all still not gullible. Glad ain't nobody in y'all pockets. Glad y'all not getting granny traffic. Glad Corona ain't yap, y'all. Y'all healthy. Your mind is healthy. Your soul healthy. That's what's up. That's what's up. We're going to keep each other strong, yo. We're going to keep each other strong. That's what we're supposed to do. I hope everybody accepts my apology. You know, I'll be sharing people businesses. I'll be trying to see how people being good, doing good. You know, I thought that was a good thing. Doing this thing with A4, I really didn't know the damage or harm that it could do, or that it was attached to anything malicious. So let me just make sure I absolutely put that disclaimer out now. And I'm suggesting that people, you know, grab a hold of your information, you know, and just safeguard yourself. Any suspicious activity on any of your accounts or anything like that, make sure you report it. You call it what you want, because if it gets down to that, you will. So will that make you a snitch? Because y'all niggas calling the cops because motherfuckers using your information because you wanted to be doing the right thing and supporting American Indian shit. And now you got a rogue motherfucking technician, computer tech motherfucker that's a data collector and got a conversation that you had from a different screen name back in 2015, January 3rd at 10:02 a.m. of 2008. I come to make things right, not to make shit wrong. I come to make shit right. Come to make shit right. I don't profess to know everything, but I know it's not only these pilgrims that's trying to bamboozle us, it's skin folk too, and we got to be careful. The trust is at an all-time low. I'm still willing to take some chances because I know that's my duty. You understand? We still willing to take some chances. That don't mean I got to hug you tight right away. Please don't insert yourself. Let things happen naturally, yo. Will recognize will, man. And we always going to make sure that we familiar. That's just how the game go, whether we like it or not. You know what I'm saying? So the way we can come together, and we don't got to agree on everything, but as long as we agree that we all want to win in a situation, we all want to see things healthy and better for our progenitors and our progeny and our posterity, and we all willing to protect that, right? "50 years from now, when my great-great-grandkids see how these niggas was talking shit about women, how they was talking shit about me, my great-great-grandkids is going to have a different type of life. They're going to have a different type of understanding. And when they see shit like that, they're not going to feel no shame about me because they know this formula came with me. Not only did I teach the young, but I taught my old. I taught my old this game. Huh? I taught my oldest game. My mama, my dad, my aunties, kith and kin, baby. My friends, my neighbors. Shit, even a stranger could get a good conversation out of me standing 6 feet apart on the line. We're going to get to it. We're going to get to it, and we're going to get through it. All you got to do is just be consistent, man. You don't got to know everything. You don't got to know everything. But you ain't got to jump out no window. The hardest thing you going to do is work on your own family. And if it frustrates you to the point where you're going to have a stroke, high blood pressure, man, fuck with the family. You can control your children in your house. Sometimes you got to start there. It's somebody. Halito, Seven God. So we're just sitting here trying to win, trying not to sin. So much smoke need oxygen. I'm gonna tell y'all what. This summer gonna be right when we get back to it's never gonna be the same. I hope y'all know that. It is probably never going to be the same. That doesn't mean we can't make it a way. It shouldn't be the same, because if it is the same, then that means our complaints are not getting heard at all, right? It shouldn't all be the same. Now we hitting the reset button. So now that this reset button is being done, I think it would be a good time for people to, again, buy land, gather your seeds. This is the time. There is no greater time to do this than now. The land is cheap. The land is cheaper. They want very little down. We can very well build plenty of communities, branches of government, structure. We are completely capable. And it doesn't matter that I don't have all of the degrees. I definitely know the people that have all of the certifications that we would need. Certainly got a long list of Rolodex of people that are able to complete some things. And not only that, totally legit, things that we don't have to worry about under the scope of what it is that we are looking to do. So I definitely don't want people to become discouraged. Again, I do apologize in any display that, you know, even in me defending myself, that ended up, you know, going to another level. But I certainly didn't take any interest in you know, it being going on for so long. I just don't know how people do it, but it was done. And ain't no backseas. It's been 6 fucking months. And like I said, at the end of the day, I am certain that my elders, my parents, they are fucking pleased. My twin love me. So do my other sisters and brothers, my children, you know, my peoples. That's really what's important. Let's connect. We're gonna have to do things a little differently because we don't want, well, we do want the wonderful vibes and the, you know, we want the encouragement. We want to make sure that people stay encouraged. And not only that, by now the Indians should have a little bit of a, I'm gonna make up a word, an inditude. You should have a little attitude. It should give you a different swagger, a little ditty bop, a little sense of pride that's a little different. It hit a little different. It don't matter if you 25 now or if you're 35 or if you're 45. A new swag is a new swag. It gotta be welcome. Gotta be welcome. It's gonna bring you some different results. It's gonna bring you some different results. Change is good. Change is good. We want change. The shit that we've been dealing with fucking got us stressed the fuck out. Directly to our heart. Broken hearts. Heart disease. Bullshit. Broken heart. Call it what it is. Let's call this song exactly what it is. Broken heart. Our people be having broken hearts, man. We got the most loving heart. The soul people always dropping dead from a broken heart. It ain't COVID. It ain't cancer. It ain't this. It ain't that. It's a broken fucking heart. We got the power to fix this shit. We got the power to fix this shit. We got the power to fix this shit. We're obligated to fix this shit. We done mixed up some bullshit somewhere in the mix down the line before, but now we getting back to it, making atonement for whatever mistakes we made. We ain't looking backwards. We looking forwards. We know what that brought. We know what results that gave us. We want different fruit. We want the fresh fruit. We don't want the bruised up shit that been rolling down the hill, kicked by niggas' feet like a soccer ball and shit. We want to pick it off the tree. The tree that's in our yard. We ain't even got to go far. If it fall on our ground, it's good. It came from ours. I think the people in the state of Georgia, if you are able to travel, the things are open here. Come and get your supplies now. You're going to wait for your fucking state to open so they could jack up the goddamn prices. You need to be traveling, going to stack and gather goods. If you got to go in middle of nowhere, Iowa, to go pick up a generator for $50 instead of going across the street around the corner to Home Depot for $500, go and do that shit now. Go and do that shit now. I know you ain't ordering no motherfucking sneakers to sit in the goddamn living room with your sister. I know this was the plainest, Janest motherfucking Easter ever for niggas, huh? Wasn't no hairdressers. Ain't nobody had no finger waves. Wasn't no goddamn box braids. No fresh haircuts and edge ups this Easter. Niggas wasn't even on camera this Easter. You wasn't showing your Easter best now. Niggas had to go for the flashback. Motherfuckers forced you to boycott some shit you say you ain't a part of. but you feel the need to spend them couple dollars on, right? Because that's what we've been doing. Everybody get fresh on Easter, whether you go to church or not. These motherfuckers, we need to boycott, right? Look how they want what they not willing to give. Look how fucking hypocrite shit. We need to boycott. We got to stop giving them our money. We got to stop giving them. These motherfuckers forced us into a boycott. I can't wait for the stores to open. This shit ain't fair. We trapped. They want us to stay inside. Oh, shit. This niggas going platinum on YouTube from their bathroom mirror doing a rap video right now with a dirty fucking mirror and shit. Going viral. Oh, shit. This nigga gonna have a tour by the time the quarantine. Woo-wee. Gather up your motherfucking acorns. It's winter time. It's about to be winter out this bitch right now, y'all. Gather up your motherfucking acorns. Man, it's a good time. It's a good time to be alive, and it's a good time to think about how we gonna fucking stay alive. I do not want to be eating through no bags of pedigree that's left on the shelves. I don't want to know what Purina tastes like. You hear what I'm talking about? I don't never want to know. I'm ready to eat radishes, shit that I don't even like. I done had beets for the first time, I think last year, and it wasn't too bad, but I know I might have to dig through the ground. I might have to eat a bug. Y'all niggas know I hate bugs. You know I've watched Man vs. Wild. We might have to eat bugs out this bitch. Because ain't no bread on the shelves. Well, we going to form a squad to go, Mr. Waltho, can we come to your farm? Well, we going to walk the Walthos? From all the states we in? Picture the Walking Dead, y'all. I think this shit is crazy. Picture the Walking Dead, man. Niggas got to go scavenge. Man. Where we getting mad ready to kill over a fucking chocolate bar. Right? Thank you so much, Davida. Thank you, Renee. Oh, we got some fucking work to do. Let's do it now before we regret not being able to do it. We need to have our little network, a little share network and stuff like that. So, you know, I ain't going to be acting funny with my eggs. I ain't going to give you all of them, but I'll give you some. But will you give me a pound of motherfucking sugar if you got it? We're going to have to figure shit like that, bartering system out. Going to have to figure that out. 1 second. Let me get my charger, y'all. Give me 1 second. Plug this up. You know, we got to get it together. We got some shit we could be doing, right? Who's doing what?
Action. You know what, y'all? I'm AK, American Eating. We welcome No Grandma Killers, so make sure you subscribe to No Grandma Killers.
Right. So, there we go. That's better. What's up, Pompano? What's happening? So, we gonna have some groovy things going on. The good things going on at No Grandma Killers. Y'all need to be at the tour July 3rd and 4th. We're gonna update the flyers. We're gonna put out some new commercials. We still have the great people that are going to come. And right now is a good time because some people that would have been unavailable before will be available now. So this is gonna be the first time that we are able to get together, right after this so-called respective lockdown, for lack of better words or whatever it is. And this is gonna be dope. This is gonna be dope. We'll have a good old time. Again, we're gonna discuss some of the things that some of us have been able to speak about offline. Shout out to the network of people that that I speak to that send me them beautiful texts every morning, every other day. Let me know. We let each other know we thinking about each other. We care if they traveling safe, driving safe, however, doing it what they doing, making sure they have good days and just give each other positive reinforcements. We all know that each other's busy, but we show love to each other, even if we just send a heart. Nigga, know we thinking about each other. And I love y'all for that. Y'all so dope. Y'all know who y'all are. And y'all do it all the time. And it's so consistent. And that's the best part about it. And I love y'all too, just as much. Not a whole lot I wouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Just y'all know who you is. Right? And then there's some others I would like to speak to some of y'all more. Maybe we should get into the Rolodex and the rotation so we can start keeping better communications with each other. I think y'all dope too. I don't always get to spend a lot of time with y'all either. But at the same time, the love is there. So there's a lot that we could be doing. We already obviously felt a connection already. We all want the same things. And that's basically it. That's basically it. We're gonna get right. We definitely gonna get right. I do apologize again for any voluntary participation in any of the harsh words and shit like that had to be, I won't say that. The harsh words that had to, could be a part of what was really something that should have never happened ever again. So as always, we're going to be building all the time. That's right, Seven God. That's facts of life right there. That's facts of life. Yes, the No Grandma Killers. I'm so excited. Burnish Blast, I hope you are coming through to No Grandma Killers. Oh my goodness. Wait till y'all hear about listen, we're going to have a good time. We got to get ourselves together. Everybody stay healthy. Try and do the best you can do. If you can open up any businesses, make these people put them student loans, hit the reset button, check and see if they owe you any couple of dollars. Did they take some money from you? The IRS is probably going to pay that shit back right now. You might want to check and see if they owe you a couple of dollars. Look on the state comptroller's office of whatever state you are in, or even the states that you lived in before. You check the state comptroller's office of unclaimed funds. I used to do that for a living. We always had computers. And my twin and I were very tech savvy. We've always had computers, even back in the 90s, had the internet, and we would find money for people. Unclaimed funds, Office of the State Comptroller. If you sent somebody a Western Union 10 years ago and they never picked it up, that money has been put back into the state. So this is another thing. When you can kind of use all of these things in your cases, wherever they may be, because that's money that's owed to you, but they didn't really look for you, but it went into an escrow where the state has been able to borrow and use this money, not give you a loan, lock you up, make you pay, right? Meanwhile, these motherfuckers owe you. And I'm telling you, that could have been an investment of $10, but $10 that you had that was owed to you from 1980 has now grown in interest to a little something more than that, right? So I can't wait, Renee. I can't wait, sister. I can't wait. Appreciate you too, Twinny. Thank you, Yay. Love you too. So on time. Right. And even that Bonton, then now what's happening is people are going to be boxed in because the Africans Now records have opened up. I haven't seen anybody dissect them. And for me to be the first is kind of like, look like I'm taking a shot, but it's really not. I'm just a genealogy, enthusiast, and that's what I cut my teeth on. And it's fucking interesting. I think them, and also like some of the Native Americans from the other side of the Mississippi, they should probably look. Their records are now also available. In South Africa, South Africa has the records from the 1600s. So I don't remember if excuse me, if a couple of years ago there was a post that about Sophia, and I was like, say her name. Her name is Sophia. In fact, that was one of my early hashtags, and it had nothing to do with being an American Indian, but it had everything to do with the fact that you can't tell us, the Indian, that there are no records, just like I can't tell you, the African, that there aren't any, right? So now that's what the hashtag say her name is Sophia came from. And if you go back in Phoenix Moon, anything relative to me, that's going to be the hashtag that used to populate a couple of years ago regarding birth certificates, records, and relativity and genealogy and things like that. So when I first started talking about it, it was kind of for everybody. And I'm not saying that I thought that my people were African, because I didn't see that. But what I'm saying is, within the last 5 years is where I started to understand, from doing it for so many people for so long, that there were no slaves. Where are the slaves exactly? Where are the Africans exactly? I couldn't find them. That is where this awakening came from. But it also added to my juice for genealogies, particularly relative to the American Indian, and finding those misclassified and that they're alike. So now you have it to where these records are available. I was looking all over the place because I was doing genealogy for people on my job, my next door neighbors, people in the neighborhood. It was just a thing that I love to do. I would stay up all night, and I always had this ancestry access and the family search access. But it wasn't until then that I knew what I was doing. So now when it comes to genealogy and just knowing the things that are available to help everybody that is oppressed get out of the same box, I offered that as well, extended that to everybody, even the Native Americans. And at the time, they were very negligent, and they always pushed this DNA thing, and I always pushed for them to show me what they're talking about with their records. They only have federal recognition, and of course, during these debates, they would always take stabs at that. And now, if you notice, there are people now, the misclassified Indians, that are using the same talking points and disrespecting the American Indians the same way that the natives were, as well as the pan-fried. Now, I don't know, especially by saying, where is your tribe, and things like that, of that nature, when you can see my mama walk up in the video and give me a hug. You see my sister every day or every other day, or when she's present around in social media. That's my tribe. You see my peoples that come through. You see my loved ones that's consistent, and they stay, staying real close to me, and I'm real close to them too, right? That's my tribe. You see the cousins that we've been able to find through genealogy. Now it's okay. That's my tribe. Where's my tribe? You see my tribe. The government knows my tribe. And I guess so don't the other skinfolk oppressors know who my tribe is. And if they don't, they do now, don't they? Now you know. I'm going to drop that State Office of the Comptroller. Okay, I want to throw that in there so y'all know to check that. Now check it every 6 months. Go into, if you lived in Texas for 15 years, but you spent 12 years over in South Carolina, check South Carolina too. Like I said, it's all sorts of things. Family members pass away. The lawyers don't know how to get in touch with you. They don't really skip trace. Like I said, there's all sorts of things. There's property there. There is there's money. There's old paychecks from when your first job, when you worked at Burger King back in 1993 for 3 weeks. They owe you a check. That shit is there. If it's more than some states, I know New York, if it's more than $200, I think they charge you, if it's more than $250, they charge you like a $35 fee or some stupid shit. But if it's less than $250, they just kind of give you the money. But there's old bank accounts for stuff like Fleet Bank, things that don't even exist anymore. And these things have went into escrow. The state's been using this money. And then at some instance, it's been the state of blah, blah, blah versus you. Man, use some of these things to turn around. Take some of these negatives and turn them into a positive, right? So that you can build this force field around you. They won't be concerned with trying to kill you. They'll be so consumed and fascinated and enchanted by how the fuck do you know what you know? Because we didn't teach that. How the fuck do you know what you know? Who taught you that? Famous line. Grandma. Check some of the cemeteries where your ancestors are buried at. Go to find a grave. You want to channel that right energy of your own people. Don't be looking for Shango and all these other different entities. You can channel your own. Deify your own goddamn ancestors. That's what I do. You think I don't call Alice Wallace? She may not be nobody to y'all, but she my third great grandma. 1 second, I'm sorry. Right? I'm just saying. I know she existed. I know she's real. I know if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here. And a couple of others, I wouldn't be here. My creators. She was born with me inside of her. Already. Well, listen. We're going to get to the shits. We're going to get to the shits. Everything is right there where it's supposed to be. There's not supposed to be a whole bunch of stress and all these other things. These records are available for everybody worldwide to become their true selves and study themselves. All oppressed people do it. It will be a great thing for them. That goes for the South Africans that now have access to records from the 1600s. That absolutely includes them. Shout out to my old hashtag. Her name is Sophia. When I told the Panflodge, y'all niggas is lying. Y'all got those records years ago. Well, now there is a whole new series that has been uploaded. And when I said the shit years ago, as we were speaking and talking that shit, and I was letting you know those were being uploaded right now to be released for this particular year. So, with that being said, let's see if anybody, any of them are ready to dig into their records. Now, us as genealogists, are we going to discriminate against that? Would we be able to assist with that? Is that something that we would look into? Or are there any possible allies that we can assist with that? Because we're just really against oppression. We're not against anybody. We are just for the American Indian. We're not against anyone. We're just for the American Indian, but we are against oppression. Period. No one should be oppressed. No one. Not the Indian, not the blacks, not the Africans, not the Chinese, not the Philippines, not the Russians, no one. So, oppression is not a respect of a person. It just happens to hurt us the most because our country been turned inside out. But let's start getting some of our people back into the places that they need to be in. For instance, how about now, why don't you go be a court clerk? Huh? Go work in the county tax office. Huh? What are you going to do when you get out of high school? I'm going to work in the clerk of deeds office so I can make sure they ain't stealing our land. I'm going to be city alderman. I'm going to be the mayor because I don't like the drug activity and having to go to school and running from gunshots. I'm going to be the mayor. What are you doing when you get out of high school? Man, I'm going straight to to the Senate. I'm going to be an intern. I'm going to do this, and I'm a major in political science, so I can maintain the political party and activities thereof regarding American Indians. These are some of the things I want to have when I ask my grandkids, what y'all want to do when y'all grow up? What y'all gonna do? Oh, I'm going to be the judge. I'm going to be our tribal judge. I'm going to make sure I maintain the land. I'm going to be the one that does this. I'm going to be the one that does that. Maintain the culture. Keep peace with the land. Be kind to the water. Right? You know, when the ant is alive, a bird eats the ant. When the bird is dead, the ants eat the bird. Takes one tree to make a matchstick. Takes one matchstick to burn down a whole forest. Duality, evolution, multiplicity, love, compassion, integrity, fierceness, tenacity, endurance, dedication, commitment, principles, virtues, a killer instinct, the mercy gene, the non-permission seeker, they don't need nobody permission to be great. We don't have to keep blaming people. We could just put ourselves where we need to put ourselves so the shit don't happen the way it's been happening. And we haven't put ourselves in those positions. And these are why things are happening the way they're happening. Any objections to that? Being the truth? We're going to get with it. We're going to get with it. It's a lot of things that it's hitting for. A lot of things that it's hitting for. Halito Celestine. That's right, Monton. So that's that. Next build will be on Grandma Killers. We're going to go over some of these series. Probably going to have to pre-record and upload it, and then we can do a presentation right there after that. Let me get that together. That'll be a little later on. If not today, definitely tomorrow. And that's that. But y'all be good. Chapisa la chique.
Action. You know what, y'all? I'm AK, American Eating. We work No Grandma Killers, so make sure you subscribe to No Grandma Killers.